Hey gang, welcome back to another Let's Level Up quick look. Today on the table we have Steal the Cookie. It's a card game for ages 7 and up, and it plays 2 to 6 players and anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes depending on how many players you have. This game is produced by Lil Man Big Games. It'll be on Kickstarter very, very soon. Steal the Cookie is actually a really interesting, fun, fast-paced take-that card game, and we are trying to carry the almighty cookie. See, we are these crazy little gnomes that have a bit of a cookie fetish, and as the game goes through, one of 4 cards are going to be played that all represent the cookie jar. Whoever is holding the almighty cookie when the 4th card is played is going to be declared the winner. So in this game, we're going to have to do a lot of hand management and also keep track of who has the cookie at which times, because we're going to want to make sure that we get the cookie at the end of the game. So let me show you a little bit of how it's how it's played. I'm going to open the box, we're going to get it out here, and then I'll just give you a quick wrap up with my final thoughts. Alright, the contents of the box are pretty straightforward here. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way. We're going to have a D20 here to help determine who goes first, and then also a deck of cards. Now, one of the cards in this deck is going to be the almighty cookie. It is our goal at the end of the game, and the end of the game is triggered when all 4 areas of the sacred cookie jar have been uncovered and assembled. So once all 4 parts of the cookie jar are assembled here, as you can see, and whoever has the cookie in their hand is going to be declared the winner. Now, on our turn, it's very easy. We're going to draw a card. If it happens to be a cookie jar card or a red stop card, let's see if I can find one of those really quick, or a red stop card here, our turn is immediately interrupted, and we place the cookie jar and then play a card, or we stop and then follow whatever the text is on this card. There are a couple other types of cards here that we want to make sure we keep an eye on. One is going to be the blue cards. The blue cards are action cards, and they let us do certain things, such as Friends Forever here. It says you and another player of your choosing draw 1 card. Ignore and discard all stop cards drawn. So this is kind of a fun, friendly card. Here we have Go Fishing. Go Fishing says take a random card from all other players. We also have Hit and Run. Take 2 random cards from a player of your choosing. We have Pot of Gold. And Pot of Gold says let's draw 2 cards from the draw pile. There are a couple other types of... there are green cards as well. Green cards are interrupt cards. Here we have Friend of Nature, so you are not affected by the effects of stop cards this turn. So you can play that in the result of drawing a stop card. And then there's also Absorb. Absorb just cancel the effect of an action or interrupt card, and instead take that card and place it into your hand. So at the end of the turn, basically what we're going to be doing, at the end of the day, what we're going to be trying to do, again, is make sure that we know whose hand the cookie's in, and when you're playing with 6 people, that can be very difficult. We are also going to want to make sure that we end up with that cookie at the end of the game. And we're going to do that by playing these action cards and playing some of these other things. So there are quite a few different, like here's one called Skunk Attack, and Skunk Attack is a really nasty one. And it says you and the player who has the cookie must discard a card. There are certain cards that allow you to, such as Fake Cookie here. The Fake Cookie says whenever a player tries to take a card from you, you may play this card instead and cancel that card's effect against you. It cannot be used if your whole hand is targeted. So if they're trying to take a random card or something like that, then you can do that. Here's a freeze card, which basically has a player skip their current turn. I really like the artwork on this. It's very fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously. And in a game where you're basically gnomes trying to do things, you're going to want to, I expect that, right? So really nice art. The cardstock on the prototype is actually pretty good as well. It survived myself and my kids playing with it. Here we have a card called Trip. It says cancel the effects of an action or interrupt card. Steal the Cookies are a really, really cool game to play. I really like take-that games. I think they're really fun to play, especially in a family environment. It's something that I think a lot of people can get into pretty easily. and it doesn't take a whole lot to teach it. So you can start playing almost immediately. It plays really quick. It's definitely one I think if you guys are into Take That games, take a look at this, because it offers a little bit of that something different than what Munchkin brings to the table. Which, if you look at all the Take That games, Munchkin's the king, right? So this, again, it's on a timer. When that fourth cookie card is drawn, whoever has the cookie is going to win. So you're basically going to want to make sure you keep some good cards around until you get to the 3 or 4 cookie jar cards. That way you can kind of ensure the fact and get some cards that are going to protect you, like Absorb here, or Freeze to kind of control what's going on in the game. If you get those, you're going to be able to make sure that you have a really good chance at getting the cookie. And at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. Well, that is it for this quick look of Steal the Cookie by Lil Man Big Games. Steal the Cookie is going to be out very soon on Kickstarter. We'll be sharing it on all our social media when that comes out. Hope you liked this preview. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Tell all your friends about Let's Level Up. And until next time, game on.